Hey there, tech fans. Today I'd like to show you a brand new product from Orei. It's the UHD-EXM5000PRO-K HDMI extension kit. This product makes it really easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content from one location with a second remote location up to 400 feet away over a single Cat6 or Cat7 LAN cable. The product fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames a second and is both HDMI 2.0 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with all of your modern media gear and a wide range of different media file types. The transmitter provides local loopback functionality, which allows you to continue to enjoy the content at the primary location while you're simultaneously sharing it with your remote location. And the receiver is ARC audio compliant, and it has audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio component from the media stream being sent there, and then allows you to pass that audio through an optical SP-DIF connection on the front to a soundbar or a home stereo for that full theater experience. The kit also includes a set of infrared blasters that will collect up the remote control signals from that secondary location, pass those back over the same LAN cable to the primary location where they're rebroadcast so you can effectively remotely control the content you're watching. And finally, the kit can be used in a one-to-one relationship with a single transmitter and a single receiver, or a one-to-many where the same transmitter can support multiple receivers at the same time, allowing you to further expand the system. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and the receiver modules. I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use them. I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy this product is to use with your own equipment, and then I'll add a few other finer points about why this kit is so special that you can use to compare it to other products you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module. You'll find two 5-volt DC 2-amp power supplies. You can plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it which plugs directly into the back of the module and provides all the power you'll need for operation. You'll also find a set of infrared blasters included, and these are similar, but they're different. You have to make sure you plug this one, which is the infrared in, into the receiver, and this one, which is the infrared out, into the transmitter. You'll also find a bag that has a set of brackets included. You can mount these up off the ground and out of the way, as well as a couple of connectors you can use if you decide to send RS-232 connection signals between the two locations. And finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the solution that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned, next I'll take a closer look at the units, I'll do the demonstration, and then I'll come back with a few final thoughts. Inside the kit, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module. Both of these feature full metal enclosures, which make them incredibly durable and a great choice for both residential or commercial installations. Let's start with the transmitter module first. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find these ventilation slots that are really designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount the module up off the ground and out of the way. On the front of the product, starting on the left, you'll find a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it immediately starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics, and once it passes that test, it'll light that LED, letting you know the module's ready to use. To the right of that is a status indicator. When you connect the transmitter to any remote receiver, that LAN connection is checked, and once it's been verified, that status LED will come on solid, indicating a good connection and the fact that you're transferring media content to that remote location. Finally, to the right of that is an ARC indicator. Both the transmitter and the receiver are ARC compliant components, and if you're using gear that adheres to the ARC compliance standard, you can turn ARC on and use that for your audio, which provides a much better quality audio. If you choose to do that, that LED will come on. Under normal operation, all three of these should be on. To the right of that are two 3.5mm ports labeled IR in and IR out, and they're used with the included infrared blaster kit. In the case of the transmitter, you'll plug the module into the infrared out port and it's labeled. To the right of that is an optical SP-DIF connection. Again, if you choose to use ARC audio, you can use this to connect up your audio equipment to the unit. To the right of that is an RS-232 port. This product can also transfer RS-232 signals between the transmitter and the receiver, and if you want to use that feature, you can make a connection here using the connector that's included with the kit. To the right of that is an upgrade port. That's used for updating the firmware on the module if needed later on. And to complete that upgrade, you'll simply connect this to a computer, move the firmware file over to the module to finish that upgrade. On the rear of the module, starting on the left, you'll find a reset button. You can hold that down for a few seconds to reset the module if needed. To the right of that is a LAN port, and that's where one end of the Cat6 or Cat7 cable plugs in between the transmitter and the receiver. To the right of that is a full-sized HDMI port labeled HDMI in. This connects to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with your remote location. Use a high-quality cable for that connection. And to the right of that is another HDMI port labeled HDMI out. This product provides local loopback functionality, which allows you to enjoy the content here at the primary location that you're sharing simultaneously with your remote locations. And if you'd like to take advantage of that feature, you can simply connect another cable from here to a local monitor to enjoy that content. And finally, to the right of that is a DC input port labeled DC 5 volts, and that's used with one of the included power supplies. You can simply plug that power supply into any standard wall outlet, and the other end of that cable has a barrel connection on it which plugs in right there. The receiver module is very similar: metal enclosure, ventilation slots on both sides, as well as mounting holes for the bracketing kit. On the front of the unit, power indicator, status indicator, and arc indicator, all the same as on the transmitter. 2 more infrared blaster ports, and in the case of the receiver, you'll plug the module into the infrared in. To the right of that, another SP-Diff optical connection. To the right of that is a button you can use to enable the arc function. Again, if you're using arc compliant equipment, turn arc on and that LED will come on. To the right of that is an RS-232 connection block, just like on the transmitter, and another upgrade port to upgrade the firmware on the receiver if needed. On the rear of the receiver, you'll find another reset button on the left. You can hold that down to reset the module. To the right of that is another LAN port, and that's where the other end of the Cat6 or Cat7 cable plugs in from the transmitter. To the right of that is a full-sized HDMI port labeled HDMI out, and you'll connect this to a local monitor you'd like to use at that remote location to enjoy the content. And finally, to the right of that is another DC input port, and that's used with the second power supply at the remote location. Again, plug that into a wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there and provides all the power you'll need for operation. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a small media player that's currently looping a video on this monitor, and that's the media content I'd like to share with my remote locations. Over here I've set up a second monitor, and this represents one of those remote locations where I'd like to enjoy that content from the primary side. And these can be up to 400 feet apart. In front of me, I have the transmitter module here and the receiver module here. Now to get started, I'll connect the LAN between them. I've got a short Cat6 cable right here, and I'll plug that into the receiver and the other end into the transmitter. And now I can add power. I've already plugged in both power supplies. The other end of the cable from those power supplies is a barrel connection which plugs directly into the DC input port on both modules. Now the minute I add power to these modules, they immediately start an internal power on self-test where they're checking the electronics just to make sure everything is working okay. They're also checking the LAN connection between the modules and getting ready for the video. The first connection I'll make is on the remote side. I'll connect the monitor up. I've got a high-speed HDMI cable connected to the monitor, and I'll plug that into the HDMI output port of the receiver, and now I can connect the video up by disconnecting the media player from the monitor and plugging that directly into the HDMI input port on the transmitter. The minute I do that, the transmitter determines what the resolution is of the media content. This is checking the resolution of the monitor. They're talking to each other and negotiating the best possible resolution for output on that monitor. Now what you're viewing here is content from the primary side that's been converted into a signal that can be sent across this LAN connection and then converted back into an HDMI signal over here for display in this monitor. So it's pretty impressive. One feature I like an awful lot about this product though is the local loopback function at the primary side, because you can see I don't have video here at the primary side because I'm sharing it with the remote location. And to take advantage of that feature, you need an additional HDMI cable, and you'll plug that into a monitor at your primary location and the other end of it into the HDMI output port on the transmitter. And it'll take a second for it to adjust the resolution again, and you'll see the image come up over here. There you go. So you can enjoy the content at the primary location while you're simultaneously sharing it with all your remote locations. So this product is pretty impressive because right now I have it in a one-to-one relationship, single transmitter, single receiver. but this single transmitter can also be set up in a one-to-many configuration where I can take the same media content and distribute it to multiple locations at the same time. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope that closer look and demonstration were helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei UHD-EXM5000PRO-K HDMI extension kit with other products you may be considering. The first thing has to do with resolution. This product fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames a second. And the reason that's important is because other kits on the market may only support a lower resolution like 1080p, or if they support 4K at all, it may only be 30 frames a second. So knowing this kit can support a higher resolution at a higher frame rate means it's going to work great with all the gear you're using today, and it's also going to ensure a beautiful picture at that remote location. Another big difference is the distance that any kit supports. This product provides 400 feet of extension between the primary and secondary locations, whereas other kits on the market may shorten that distance, so knowing you've got that extended distance provides a lot more flexibility on where you locate that secondary monitor. Another big difference is that this kit can operate in a one-to-one relationship with a single transmitter, sending media content to a single remote location, or a one-to-many, where the same transmitter can send that same media content to multiple locations at the same time. Another big difference is the local loopback functionality at the transmitter end that allows you to continue to enjoy the content here at the primary site while you're sharing it with your remote locations. The receiver has ARC compliance for audio and also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media stream being sent there, and then allows you to pass that audio through the SP-Diff connection on the front to a home stereo or a soundbar for that full theater experience. The infrared blaster kits provide complete remote control of the content from that secondary location, and the fact that this kit is both HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 compliant is important as well, because the HDMI standard has gone through a lot of changes in recent years, a lot of new features have been introduced, so knowing you're on one of the latest versions of HDMI means you can immediately take advantage of all those features. And the HDCP certification is equally important because that controls copy protection. So again, knowing you're on one of the latest versions of HDCP means you can play a wider variety of different file types through the system. And the nice part is, everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and thanks an awful lot for watching.